we go. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our Getting Started training. My name is Jennifer Johnson. I am a crystal executive and loving it with Isagenix. And I have my buddy with me today, my friend, Miss Donna Celeste. Welcome, Donna.
Hey, Jen. Good morning. Is it morning? I know out in California, it's just beginning to be afternoon here. I'm excited to be here today and share a little bit of what it takes to get started on this crazy adventure.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you're joining me today. So, we put together this training series for you guys. We do it so that, as you're developing your business, it's so easy because there's so many fabulous things with Isagenix. Sometimes it's easy to get distracted on really the money-making activities and how to get your business rolling. And although we are, no perfection here, but we know what works. So we are going to be going over, we always do these in a two-part series, so we're back to part 1, and today we're going to be covering how you get paid in Isagenix. We're going to be covering charting and a couple of other wonderful things to help get your business started. So here's the deal, guys. Maybe you know this information already. One thing I do know is that I thoroughly enjoy continuing to grow. I thoroughly enjoy hearing the same information over and over because we do know this, that our brains only pick up so much information. And sometimes we do need to hear these things repetitively. And I know sometimes I'll listen to something and I'll hear one thing out of it, and then I listen to the same exact information and I pick up something else out of it. So I hope that is the case for you guys today. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you have a pen and paper. And I hope that you share this recording with those that you enroll. We keep these recordings active on our YouTube channel probably until Wednesday night. We keep it up for a couple of days for you guys. And, each time we try to give you a little bit more information. And what we find too is that even with us telling you this information, we say it a little bit different or give a little different tips each time that we do this. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time out. We're going to respect your time and keep it at 30 minutes. And so we're going to start out with Miss Donna, and I'm going to be doing the screen sharing for Donna. So Donna, why don't you talk to people as I get the screen sharing going a little bit about what is an associate and what is a consultant, because that's really where it all begins.
Well, I think that for those of us that are on this Zoom today, the Getting Started Zoom, we have all started our journey and this adventure as an associate. And so an associate is someone who runs an 100 BV auto ship. Okay, they've joined, they've paid the membership, and they have opted in to get 100 BV or more in their auto ship. And of course, that will entitle them to, actually, I was looking at it yesterday, Jen, if you have that flyer, what about an associate and the benefits. Mm-hmm. It actually does, it's not just setting you up to earn income with Isagenix, okay? But it also sets you up to get the best pricing. And so that's a really great way. We all know that we can get people started even as product users, as an associate, with the opportunity to share with them the possibility of getting just their product paid for. So we call that, U+2. And so what are some of those other, and you have that flyer right?
Yeah, I'm still looking it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Just give me 1 second.
But basically an associate, I honestly, that's all I offer people when they come to me. And I think people are more, they do have to sign up with a social security number, and that sets them apart from a preferred customer. But I really don't even, I think we've been taught and gotten great tips when we got started, that when we share the products with people, it's part of what we share is to give them the opportunity to help get their product paid for. So whether they're thinking about growing a business or not, they are very much entitled to the opportunity to get their product paid for. So right. With that, when I initially kind of institute that as I'm talking to people about the products, it is not a surprise to them when I ask for their information or they get ready to actually sign up. even if they're not, remember, even if they're not intentionally getting started in a business, when I say social security number, they're more than willing to give that. And if they do happen to ask me, well, why do you need my social security number? It's easy then to go back and say, well, you remember when we talked about you possibly knowing a couple of people and getting your product paid for? Well, now you're set up to get paid by Isagenix. So that's a huge benefit. I do not really even talk about, personally, Jen, a preferred customer, because I think best pricing is what gets people started that way.
Absolutely.
And like I said, an associate, here we have the charting, and we talk about going consultant. In order to get paid with Isagenix, the very first, where that U box, that is you as an associate, and or them as in, right, the person you're signing up as an associate, and they get started with 100 BB in their order, their initial order. And you can see it says it in the fine print right there. And then you go ahead and actually find two people, one on your left and one on your right, and you sign them up as an associate as well with at least 100 BB in their initial order. And so you've got one associate on your left and one associate on your right, each with 100 BB, and that actually promotes you to our rank of consultant. And that actually sets you up to get paid by Isagenix. And so when you go consultant, you also have the opportunity to earn a $50 rank advancement bonus. And you can see that as well. You don't want to go into Gen PIBs or anything like that. We just want to go on. Now, +2, them +2. So you are at consultant. And of course, everyone that gets started as an associate has the same opportunity that you have. And that is to find two people and help get your product paid for. So with the person on your left and the person on your right, we teach them to introduce it to two people that they know. So it's you +2, them +2. And so the person on your left will find two people as an associate with 100 BB in their auto ship, their initial order. And your person on your right will find a person that gets started as an associate with that 100 BB in their auto ship. And as soon as everyone is in the system, you promote to the rank of Crystal Manager. And there is a difference. We'll talk about it maybe later. Crystal Manager being you did it in a certain amount of time frame, and in the fine print you see it's in your first 60 days from joining. When you go Crystal Manager, you automatically receive a Crystal Manager bonus of $250. Okay, but we also earn $200 in what they call consultant development bonuses. And I think there's a certain number, isn't that, Jen? A certain number.
Mm-hmm. You get up to 10, up to 20.
20,
First
right.
20. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's amazing right there. So you can see that the possibilities of earning are incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. You know, what I love about this is it's all based on the system of just twos.
Yeah.
And so that's what we always want to focus on. Like, who do we know? Who do you know who could benefit from nutrition like this? Mm-hmm. Who do you know who could benefit from an income opportunity like this? Mm-hmm. And what I love about this is, you know, when we enroll people, sometimes we make that assumption for them. Like, we don't think that they possibly would want a business like this. And so I always love to share this story. I have a Pilates client that I started on the product. And she definitely is in a position in her life where she doesn't need any extra income and all of that kind of stuff, you know, so I think. But I did bring up to her, I said, you know, if you got two people to do this with you, you would make this money and this money and this money. And she was like, well, I'm really not into building a business. You know, that's just not my thing, you know. And I said, no worries. But what I'm talking about is you getting your products paid for. And she got it, because she was going to go ahead and do this with her husband. And so what I love about it is she decided that she would put her husband on one side, and then she took her son and put her son on the other side. And that made my Pilates instructor, my Pilates client, actually not this, but the consultant.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's so easy to be able to just share what that means for people because you never know. So
Right.
I just want to add that in.
And, one of the things too that I've experienced that has really helped people see that as well is that when people are starting on a brand new journey, there are people that are very close to them that they can quickly identify in their life that need a healthy transformation, or they've talked about it before, about getting started or losing weight or having more energy or whatever it is that they're looking for. And I say, how much more fun is it to do with friends? People that you know. I said, even go as far as create a small little, group message and cheer each other on, share your ups, your downs, your advice, your different things, and really locking arms with them and getting through, the initial 30 days, those hiccups, those beginning days, and then really seeing, and cheering each other out with their success. So I think that whole piece, without, like you said, they're not even thinking about a business, but maybe that just camaraderie, if you want to call it, just to join arms and join forces.
That's right.
So what I love about our plan, our chart, when we are in this business, heading toward the director, the executive position, is that everything is really based on what we just covered. It's you plus two, them plus two. And what we do is we teach that, and it becomes very repetitious, which is one of the reasons why we love Getting Started Zooms, right? Because we teach it over and over and over again. It's we duplicate it. We want that everybody knows to do the same exact thing, and we keep it really simple. So on our way from Crystal Manager, we now are looking toward helping those people share with their people. All right, you plus two for them plus two. And so everybody is doing that. So Crystal Director is actually you plus two 3 times. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3, 6 times. You want to create, 3 times you plus 2, 3 times, right? Which would give you 6 consultants. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, every consultant is based on having 2 associates enrolled with 100 BB auto ship, okay, as associates. Mm-hmm. And at a Crystal Director, you're going to have the opportunity to earn a $750 bonus, rank advancement bonus. And then you also have the opportunity to earn as well, helping people go consultant. Again, that $100 consultant development bonus. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at quite a bit of money moving toward the rank. And if you'll take a look and notice, Jen, as we go through to executive, which is the next position, rank, I should say, then you're going to see you erasing.
Yeah, hold on. I'll go down. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, you're going to see, I love that acronym that we, have embedded in our minds, ACMDE, okay? And those acronyms remind us where we're going, associate, consultant, manager, director, and now executive. And so I did want to mention, on our way to Crystal Executive, which is the top rank in our organization, in our company, Crystal Executive is you plus 2 10 times, or 5 times with 10 consultants. And you need to have 5 on one side and 5 on the other side to solidify Crystal Executive or the executive position. And so everyone that's represented on this chart has signed up as an associate with a social security number and has at least 100 VV in their initial order, and can count as that as well. And so you're going to see, and you hit Crystal Executive rank, you are entitled to a $1,000 rank advancement bonus there too. Now there are time frames from the day that you join to earn the Crystal next to the rank advancement, and they are in the fine print. And I think we covered, consultant doesn't have anything, but manager has 60 days. I think director is 180 or 120.
Yeah.
180. No, this is 180. Director is 120, I believe.
Yeah, it is right here.
Okay. Okay. So you have it all written out for us clearly. Now, it doesn't mean that you won't. I think the only part, you know, if you take longer, it's okay. You're just not receiving that rank advancement bonus, but you all do receive the title of, you know, executive. Right. So we've got you +2, then +2 5 times, get you to Crystal Executive. And so that's exciting. And we want to get there as quickly as possible. That's the roadmap. I love that they give us the tracks to run on. I love that, Jen, that it's kind of very open. It's right there laid out for us. Right. We've got clear tunnel vision. We know exactly what it is we need to do. And really, it comes down to sharing the product and teaching them to share the product with people that they know. And so that's what I want to share. Is there anything else, Jen, about the charting to executive that you wanted to go over?
No, I mean, you did a fabulous job. I mean, the main thing, guys, is just remember that we've got a right leg and we have a left leg. I don't know how you guys are seeing this, but we have just 2 legs. We have that binary comp plan. And so what we want to do is enroll somebody on our right, somebody on our left, and that's how we get started in this business. And that promotes you to the first rank of consultant. You get that $50 consultant bonus. It begins to unlock some other things for you in the compensation plan. And from there, you just begin to build one person under the other of each one of your personally enrolled. And you just teach each one of those people to do 2. And I love the fact that it's just that simple. So what you really want to focus on is when you enroll people, inviting them to either take a look at the business opportunity or take a look at the opportunity to earn a portion of their products for free.
Right.
And, you know, if they do that, then that helps you to get those 2 people and they become a consultant themselves. I mean, how exciting, then they make $50 and it just kind of begins to add up from there. So that was fantastic. Thank you so much for that portion. And we are going to, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them down, because at the end, we're going to do a short little question and answer session for you guys. And again, because we're doing these every single week, we always have different questions that we get asked, and I love that. So, all right, let's go and talk about our pay. So there's a couple of ways that we get paid. And one of them is weekly. So guys, our business runs from Sunday to Sunday. And I love that. It doesn't run from the 1st of the month through the 30th or 31st of the month. It runs from Sunday to Sunday. And what you want to do, your goal is to build up as many cycles as you can. A cycle is simply this. When you have 600 in volume from one leg, that marries up with 300 from the other leg. And when those 2 combine, that creates a cycle. And we get paid 6%. So 600 plus the 300 is 900. So we get paid $54 for each cycle that we get paid. It's really like $54.10 or something like that. And so that is what we call cycle pay. In fact, today is IsaPay Monday. Woohoo! So we get paid for arrears. And so everything that I and all of us and you did a week in arrears ago is what you'll get paid on today. So what you did last week, you're going to get paid next Monday for. And so that is our weekly pay. Now, we also get paid, we're not going to really go in deep. This is going to be next week when we talk about product introductory bonuses, but there is another way that you can actually get paid addition to your cycles each week is called PIBs, and that is product introductory bonuses. And so for our packages, there are PIBs that are assigned to it, product introductory bonuses that are assigned to it. For example, our value pack is $80 in PIB, okay? And our 30-day packages, and we have a value pack and 30-day packages, as well as some smaller packages for every product category that we have in our catalog. So we have our weight loss, we have our energy systems, we have our performance, we have our healthy aging. So each one of those categories has a value pack, a 30-day, and a bunch of other smaller packages, a few other smaller packages. And so each one of those packages has what's called a PIB attached to it. So our value packs, you'll make $80 on. Our 30 days, you'll make $25 on. And then the smaller ones, you'll make $10 on. Now, here's where the exciting stuff happens. So when you sell that package, you're going to make that PIB associated to the package. But if you sell 2 or more in 1 week, they will double your PIBs. So that $80 that you would make on a value pack jumps up to $160. And the $25 that's attached to the 30-day jumps up to $50. So every one of them is doubled. So they're called double PIBs. And if you write that down and stick the word Isagenix right before it, you could actually Google that and you'll see a whole flyer with that information. So say, for example, on Monday you sell a value pack. And so that's $80. And then say come Wednesday, you sell a 30-day. What that'll turn into is $160 plus $50. So that's $210 in PIBs that is added on to your cycle bonuses, and you get paid that the following week. So that's really exciting as far as how you can make money. All right. Now, here's another cool thing is actually you can make daily pay. And daily pay is simply from your PIBs off of your value packs. So you could sell a value pack on Monday, and the next day you'll get paid for it. The double portion, that additional $80, will be paid on your next week's paycheck. But you can actually get double or weekly or daily pay. Sorry, I'm so excited because I love all the ways we get paid. Because truly, Donna, aren't there so many ways that we get paid?
I know. It's true.
It is true. So there's the daily pay, there's our weekly pay. And then when you get to the rank of a director, there's also monthly pay. Director and executive, they also have an additional source of income, and that is monthly pay through pools. And so pools run around 4 to 5 weeks, and they're paid out basically every single month. And then, of course, we have our yearly pay, which is the big holiday pool. And this pool is accumulating all year long, no matter what rank you are, and you get paid in December. So we really get excited about that extra holiday pay through the holiday pool, and it's another way that you make money with Isagenix. So let's go ahead and talk about, can you go ahead and talk about, while I set up for the next little section, Donna, about the importance of auto ship, the what and the why, okay?
What is an auto ship? An auto ship is as an associate, you want to, not only are you entitled to the best price being on an auto ship, but an auto ship actually sets us up to get paid. And so all those different avenues of pay that Jen just spoke about, you want to always be having at least 100 BV in your auto ship, okay? Now, she's pulling up the flyer because this is huge. There you, okay?
Yeah, it's actually my auto ship. Yeah, it's just actually my auto ship. Yeah.
Okay, so the auto ship, the benefits obviously are that you continue to remain set up to get paid by Isagenix. But also it gives you the best price. And I know that there was a flyer, Jen, that actually broke down the percentages and everything that I was looking at last night, because I didn't even know that flyer existed, but that's huge when people are trying to decipher, because I alone thought that it just simply qualified them to stay active to receive a paycheck, right? But it also, are you looking for it while
I am, because I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, people don't, and you're right, people don't actually know. In fact, I need to get this in my Evernote. Know that you actually get a bigger discount when you put it on auto ship.
Yes, and I think it can even be up to as much as 15%, which is amazing. And I didn't even realize that. I had talked to someone not too long ago. So you can see that the business volume depending on the amount of volume in your auto ship, can determine the amount of a discount that you receive. I did not know that. And so this was enlightening for me as well. I knew we were getting discounts. I knew it was the best price when we can make the offer to people and show them to get the best price. But to break it down even according to volume. Now, if you see here, look at that, 300. Every time we sell or offer somebody and they begin with a value pack, that is over 300 BV in volume. And that is a huge benefit. That is a maximum savings. If it's on an auto ship and the pack discount, that's 15% on their package. That's amazing. When you can verbally explain that and share that with people, that's a huge benefit. And they can easily grasp that and say, okay, get me signed up on an auto ship, especially if they're looking in that. But when you look at the different volume levels, you'll see that there is always the benefit. Anywhere between $150 to $299, you're going to save up to, and they show you the different packages that are included with that will get them a 10%. And then, of course, here as well, there's some other smaller packages like Jen mentioned before. So the other thing from the business side, I do know the importance of a 100 BV auto ship is when you're building those two legs, like Jen had mentioned earlier, the right leg and a left leg, or leg one, leg two, minor, major, whichever you do refer to them as, you always have banked volume. Mm-hmm. And what that means is that volume continues to accrue and add up as people place orders. And so when she talked about cycles earlier, having to pull 600 from your larger, 300 from your to create the cycles, there is leftover or volume that we have not gotten paid out on. Whenever you run an auto ship, as long as you maintain a 100 plus BV auto ship, you will continue to bank that unused portion of business volume for future payout. I love that. That's like, you don't start from ground zero every month. So the importance, that's a huge piece if you are in this as a business. And you want to create and build that residual income. You want to kick out those cycles, which is going to take you long-term into the future for your business, really solidify, your income. You always want to maintain that 100 BV auto ship so you can continue to bank that volume.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's very, very simple. It's, the thing is it's extremely flexible. We eat our overhead in this company, and that's what I love. Yes. I mean, our catalog is like 1/4 of an inch thick. So whether you drink coffee or you take a bath, we've got products for you. Everything from skincare to body wash to body lotion. One of my favorites that I really love this time of year, and I post about it quite often, is this Isagenix. Because I give myself 5 squirts, and I do it a couple of times a day. And this literally has battled easily 3 colds. It's like knocked out. So we have just something for everybody. I mean, there's bars that the kids can eat. I love my e-shot. So we eat our overhead. And that's really just makes it so easy to have that, that 100 BV auto shipment. So let's talk a little bit about, I'm going to do back on a screen share, and we're going to go into my back office, and let's just talk about how to edit your auto shipment, as well as I'm going to share with you some tips on what you need to do for yourself and everyone that you enroll. Okay, so let me get this back up there. Okay, so right here is my auto shipment. It's going to be coming out on the 13th. You'll notice that I have it set for 29 days. That is critical, and I'll show you how to do that in a second and the why. And so for me, I have an auto shipment also for my husband. He actually has the 30-day weight loss and fat burning system. But for me, I buy extra Isagenix because I drink it in the morning and I drink it at night, mix it in some warm water at night, like a nice cup of tea. The brain and sleep support I have, there's my Isagenix that I was just telling you about, and my ageless joint support, love that. So the main thing I want you to look at is my volume is at 108. So that basically makes me an active status, commission qualified, and keeps me loving the products because I'm using the products. But if I needed to edit it, and maybe your enroller went ahead and set up your auto shipment. And as a business person, I highly recommend that. I teach that to my team to go ahead and when you enroll an associate, set their auto shipment up. It's very important. And then what you want to do is have a conversation with them and let them know how to go in and edit their auto shipment, okay? And so to edit an auto shipment, you simply would click on the orders, just hover over orders, and you can see here, manage auto shipment. So that's what I clicked on, and then this appeared. And you would click on edit. And once that refreshes, you can actually go in and change the date, and I want to show you that. We want the date to be 29 days, okay? And I always have my team back it by 1 day. So in other words, just say this was somebody that I was working with, and I enrolled them, say 11/14. I back their auto ship by 1 day. And it's just a little something about the compensation plan where you don't have 100 BV holding volume, but don't let that confuse you. Just do the do, okay? So we always just set it up. I always subtract 1 day and then put in 29 days from the drop down, all right? And then obviously I walk them through letting them know that they can just delete it. It's better to go ahead and continue shopping if they wanted to add or change things, and add them to the cart and then remove the other things from the cart. And obviously they can change the quantity. We always want to put it in as wholesale. And yeah, that's pretty much is it. And then they always want to hit that green confirm auto ship, and their auto ship is saved.
Right.
So very, very simple, but the auto ship is extremely important. I mean, we could go on and on about the whys, but I do know this, guys, that how you do your business is how your team is going to do theirs. How you start your business is how they're going to start theirs. So you want to make sure that as a leader, you're doing what you expect your team to be doing, because I always say nobody can see back there, but they can smell it on you. They can tell. People can tell if you're authentic about using the products. And so you really do want to do that. All right. So why don't you tell us, Donna, why is it important to attend events? And what's our big event coming up?
I'm so excited about this. I can't stand it. I hope that each one of you that are on this Zoom or get a chance to listen to this really hear what I'm going to share with you. From the very beginning of my adventure in the profession of network marketing, it's always been instilled in me how important it is to attend events. And even though my brain did not wrap around that, and I could not figure out why, and I could probably, like everybody else, find a million different reasons not to attend. Okay? Life happens. There's always a reason that will come up not to get there. But I saw immediately, and I was willing, I wanted to learn. I wanted to continue learning. I wanted to get the inside scoop. I wanted to know, what am I a part of? And so the only way that you can genuinely, even though we've got amazing resources, I mean, to be plugged in and connected to our team, there is nothing like being in the culture of the company that you represent. To be able to learn and feel the heartbeat of the company and genuinely where they come from, who the leaders are, how did we get started, what are we supporting, real lives outside of just our little, team pages. And we've got, thousands that we're actually connected to that we can actually develop relationships with and get to know. But there is nothing like it, the atmosphere. So I learned very early on that whenever there is an event, we need to get there. And so Isagenix has two major main events. They have several throughout the year, but they have two main events that happen throughout each year. The first one is in August, and it is their main event, if you want to call it. I feel like I'm talking about boxing. The main event happens in August, and that is actually we went, Jen, in August. We just literally were brand spanking new. We went to Vegas in August, and we were able to sit in the culture, and I think all of us sat there with our jaws dropping, right? Yeah. But it was amazing. And we are looking forward to halfway through the year, and of course that's called Celebration. Halfway through the year, or their halftime event is usually in January, and it's called this year the New Year Kickoff 2017. It's actually going to take place in San Antonio, Texas. I've already got my ticket. I think I bought my ticket when we left the other event. When we left the main event, I bought my ticket because I think it was like $149. I was just like, I'm getting it. There's no way I'm going to miss that. And that's become such a huge part of what I've learned about being a part of this profession, is that we need to gather together. We need to be surrounding ourselves with people that have the same vision, the same goals, and that same excitement, and learn. Oh my God, this is such a huge learning experience. They have everything available there for us to feel and touch and talk to. The great, the science behind it, the nutritionists, the seeing products up close, experience, sampling too, right? But yes, hearing more about the culture. So you can see the countdown is happening to San Antonio. There's only 37 days left before we actually arrive. It's going to take place in San Antonio. You can go ahead and click that register button now. I believe, Jen, that is it about a week ago, they only mentioned there was about 800 tickets left?
That's right. That's
I
right.
haven't heard, and I'm sure it's less than half at this point.
Probably
so if you haven't gotten your ticket, go ahead and click that register button. And I would really, really encourage each one of you to strongly make it a priority in your business. It will be nothing like you've ever experienced before. It takes your business to a completely different place. Really fires us up and gets us going into the new year. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. Events are the big deal. They really, really are. And I'll tell you why. When I joined this company, within a matter of a week, it was celebration. And I knew that I needed to be at that event. And I'll just give you a perfect example. When we look at who is on our team, sometimes we can have this little teeny funnel vision because it's the people that we know and the new people that we meet. One of the spectacular things that happen is you realize the culture of this company. And that really was a deal breaker for me when I went to Celebration in Las Vegas. I realized these are my people. There were people full of energy, full of life, from every walk of life, from every range and gamut, from your 18-year-olds all the way up to, I saw some 90-year-old people there. And I love it because I was literally just talking to one of my teammates and I was telling her the value of going to these events because she's a bit younger. And she was like, I just feel like, I'm so young. And I said, you need to come to this event. Because one of the things that I loved was seeing this huge thousands of 18 to 25-year-olds.
They have to start your life, right?
Yes, they have, exactly. So they have this whole culture of people that you're missing out on. That's number one. Number two, obviously your business is going to zoom because you are going to be just so on fire when you go to these events. So NYK is coming up. It's January the 12th through the 14th. We'll help you get a room. We'll find some place. We'll throw something in our room to get you to sleep on the floor, whatever we have to do. Just do the do and get there. Get your ticket before they get sold out. I promise you, you're going to love it. I mean, hey, it's in San Antonio, Texas, which is a fabulous place to visit anyway. So you're going to have a lot of fun. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to open up for just a few minutes for some questions and answers for you guys, some Q&A. So all you have to do is, if you are muted, you just look at the bottom left of your screen. If you tap on your screen, and if you have the red hash between your microphone, all you have to do is just tap it and it will unmute you. So what questions do you guys have?
Hi, I got a question about the auto ship.
Okay.
When enrolling someone and they're very hesitant about putting anything on auto ship, is it better for them to put at least maybe some shakes, or do you still want them to have that BV of 100? I mean, I know that's our goal, but just to get them on the auto ship, would you at least do the shakes?
Yeah, Donna, you share your opinion. I'll share my opinion.
Okay. What I really do believe is a lot of the time, Jen, if they are willing to get the best price, Lisa, when they're willing to get the best price to start out, I automatically sign them up with an auto ship. It's not even something that I talk about because they're saying, yes, get me in for the best price. It is an auto ship. I set it up because I know I'm going to be having so much communication with them. Nothing's processing. It's just set up. Right. So we've got the 30 days to be in connection to them. And then I go ahead and make sure that they know, right before it gets close, that auto ship is set up because you're going to get a really good feel for how they're doing with the products, what they're experiencing. Now, it was talked to not too long ago. I forget if it was on Lynn's Zoom or not. But she had mentioned about different ways to set it up. I typically, whatever they order on their first order, I put in their auto ship. And I actually go through the process of making the same selections and everything. Sometimes if they get started with the value pack, I'll put in a 30-day. But I still you can assume what flavors they want and everything. And just to sit it there, it affects nobody. So especially, go ahead.
And that's kind of what I suggested, like I've had a couple on the value pack and we put in the 30-day. And I said, throughout the month, you'll figure out what works for you, what doesn't. Yeah. And then we can go back and kind of edit that. I said, set an alarm on your phone and like a week before, and we'll go back over.
Right, and you're going to be coaching them. You're going to be walking them through that first 30 days anyway. And so it's really it's not hurting anyone. Okay. It's definitely getting them something, and that is the best price.
Yeah. And I'd like to add too, Lisa, one of the things that Lynn taught us at the beginning is that if you do the work, talking and communicating with your enrollment at the beginning, you don't have to do as much work at the other side. So what I mean by that is, you explain to them, first of all, I'm a personal trainer. I'm a master Pilates trainer, and I know this: weight loss does not happen in just 30 days. Now we know our products are fabulous, and I can attest that people lose weight really fast. But again, speaking of like having the work of communication at the front of that engagement with your new enrollment, is asking the question like, what are your goals? How much weight do you want to lose? And so if they're saying 10 to 15 pounds, you know what? A 30-day might do it for them. And then you can maybe put them on some shake and cleanse, but now what their goal is. But if they come back at you and say 20, 30 pounds or more, then listen, sisters and brothers, we need to have you on that 30-day for, maybe 3 months. So having that conversation at the front end of your engagement with your enroller, with your person that you enrolled, is really the best thing to do. So it sounds like that's what you're doing, Lisa. So keep doing that. And then on the business end, because I'm all about making the money, also, how there's the PIB for the product introductory bonus? There is also a coaching bonus. And if you want to write that down, Google Isagenix coaching bonus, and you can probably add the word flyer if you wanted to, and you will see that when someone starts out with a package, you get that PIB. The next month, you get a coaching bonus, which is identical to the PIB. So if they start out on a 30-day and they do another 30-day, you get another 25. The next month, you get another 25, and so on and so on. So on a business perspective, so good for them and good for you is that you'll be earning those coaching bonuses as well. Okay. Good question. Anybody else with a question?
And one of the things I really want you to share really quickly, because this was a really great eye-opener for me when you shared last week, I believe it was. When we are walking through the chart and we have our roadmap to executive, I think one of the great tips that you shared, which I have not done, I've always done it in my mind, not so, and verbally between me and my new associates, is to take them through that road. But actually printing out the chart, putting their name and their sign-up date, yes. and getting that, however you get that to that new associate, but also keeping one for yourself. That's a really great visual, so you don't have to go back into everybody's stuff and figure out when they signed up. That was such a huge tool for me. You know, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so easy. I should, you know, I didn't even think of that. But, you know, we're always looking for ways to streamline, be more proficient with our time running our business. And that was a great tip, Jen, that you gave me last week, I believe, on the Getting Started.
Yeah. So, you know, you can go in your back office, you can print these out, you can go to Google and just go, just like I did. You saw me when I did the screen share. That was like live action right there. And what I do is I just print these out for each person that I personally enroll, and I keep up with them. And so what I do is you can see, is I write their name and their ID information, when they enrolled, and then I go through, and as they enroll people, I start filling it in. So this is really a form. I mean, this is a worksheet that you need to use. And what you want to know too on those dates. So consultant, you get $50. Okay. Then Crystal Manager, you get $250. Crystal Director, you earn a $750 bonus, and then Crystal Executive is the $1,000. And these are all paid up front. It's not rationed out to you over months or whatever, but they do have that timeline. So the clock starts ticking the moment that enrollment goes in. So consultant is whenever. It's not a 30-day. You could do it 9 months down the road, but why?
Right.
Want that sense of urgency, getting to Crystal Executive as fast as you can, getting that vision cast into yourself and to everybody that you personally enroll is huge. And so then you literally have to go and count. And so what I said last week, and this is critical, again, if you're taking notes, write this down. So say somebody enrolls December the 13th. And we know that for the Crystal Manager, they have 60 days. So we would say to ourselves, December to January, January to February. So they have till February the 13th.
Right.
No. You need to get a calendar out and count day 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 60, because day 60 might actually fall on February the 11th.
Right.
Versus 2 actual months from when you enrolled them. And so you want to write those dates down, and you have that conversation with your personally enrolled when they're on this track. This is when you need to get this accomplished. And this is when you need to get this accomplished. And then Crystal Executive, I always write that final date right up here. And that way people stay on track. And you need to be doing this for yourself. If you're brand new and you think, I don't have anybody yet, print this out, because what you focus on, you become. What you focus on is where you move toward. And so Crystal Executive is what you want to go for, because, hey guys, there's over $4,000 in just bonuses. Right. To Crystal Executive. So, you know, never let money slip between your fingers. And again, you want to cast that vision to the people that you enroll, so that as your business grows, their business grows, and so on and so on and so on. So guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And we appreciate you so much being on this Zoom with us. We hope that it was beneficial for you. We will be doing these every single Monday. So as you enroll people, invite them on. And we do this in the afternoon knowing people do work. So that's why we've got this guy recorded, and it will be live for you to view and share with your team. So go ahead, once it gets put up on YouTube, a smart leader would probably mail that to somebody or text that link to your team, and then go watch it yourself again, because again, you're going to pick up more information. Next week, we'll be doing a whole different segment of content, so it won't be the same exact thing. So stay tuned for next week. So God bless you guys. If you're muted, go ahead and unmute and say goodbye, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye,
guys. Bye, Jen.
Bye.